is a show that focuses on the person behind the Brony. I'm your host, OsakaJack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest, Brony. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Into the Spotlight. This is your host, OsakaJack. With me today, I have someone who you probably should know pretty soon, Mr. GabuEx. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too shabby. Still hot here. I'm looking forward to winter.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Honestly, I would have enjoyed the episode so much had it been summer wrap-up. I would have been applauding, standing up in my chair, screaming and hollering. Yep.
Well, soon enough.
2 months. 3. 2. Yeah. Long time.
Yeah, too long.
I've got my collection of 10 sweat towels, so I'm okay. 1 to go to work, 1 to come back.
Well, suppose whatever works.
Well, if anybody is not familiar with you, can you give a little hint of what you do? Or what you have done up until this point?
Well, the main thing that people will know me for is the creative director on My Little Investigations, a Ace Attorney inspired pony fan game that's kind of a puzzle logic game where you have to examine evidence and interrogate witnesses and solve crimes and stuff like that. Basically, I do a lot of things on that. I do most of the script writing, most of the main script writing at least. I do like the story planning. I do programming. I'm the webmaster for our website and just in general keep things running on the creative front.
So basically just lazing around, not doing much, right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I sort of handle the big picture stuff for the cases, and my partner in crime, Zeus Assassin, handles the more day-to-day stuff in terms of team management, coordination, keeping things on schedule, stuff like that.
I gotcha. Okay. How did you get started with the idea of this game?
Well, the full version of that is basically before I got into My Little Investigations, I did pony videos. Like I did trailers, I did some music videos.
Okay.
And I had this idea for I had this idea to basically tell this textual story set to the track "Dancing Mad," which is the final boss track from Final Fantasy VI.
Okay.
But that kind of fell through. But then I started thinking of the whole textual story thing, and something reminded me of Ace Attorney, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But basically, the more I started thinking about,
was it perchance around the time that the mystery on the Friendship Express came out?
No, this actually came out quite a while before the Mystery on the Friendship Express came out, and in fact, I was a little worried that Mystery on the Friendship Express might screw things up, but fortunately, it did not, and we were able to incorporate that fairly well into the scripts. Yeah, but anyway, basically, I was started thinking about Ace Attorney, and it occurred to me at the time when the game first got really underway, which was July of 2011, so quite a while ago.
About 2 years ago, then.
Yeah, about 2 years ago. Basically, at that time, I was unaware of any game in the pony fandom that really sort of centered on the characters and like the character interaction and the great dynamics that you see between the characters in the show.
Right.
A lot of great games were out, but none of them that I'd seen really focused on that aspect of it. And the thing I liked about Ace Attorney is that it's actually quite similar in that one of the main driving forces behind Ace Attorney is the really creative and interesting and punchy interactions between really well-defined characters.
Right.
That sets a lot of the plot and humor and drama in motion.
Sure.
So really, the more I thought about it, the more the two seemed like they went together really well, because basically in the Ace Attorney format, it gave a really good way to sort of delve really, really deep into a very small sliver of Equestria, and really
Sure.
give the players like immersive experience to make it feel like they're in Equestria and they're
Right.
interacting with people, or not people, ponies in
Sure.
Equestria
Sure.
and so forth. So yeah, so once I had that idea, I pretty much went from there and thought, this needs to happen, and I wasn't actually expecting it to be anywhere near as big as it was.
Right.
But when I had finally gotten something to show, I basically just recorded a YouTube video of it and I sent it off to Equestria Daily,
Mm.
and to my great surprise, it hit the front page, and
Oh
everybody
wow.
was like, "Wow, this is great! I want more!" And so I gave them more, and they kept wanting more, and so as a
It
result,
is
it
a
kind of just
hunger that is never satiated.
so as a result, it kind of just grew from there, and
Mm.
to become what it is today.
Oh, okay. All right. Hmm. I I heard somebody mention at some point, and now that I've said it, you're not going to be able to unthink it, but Ace Attorney is the Matlock of our age.
I'm not actually familiar enough with Matlock to know exactly what that means.
Okay, well, no, just in that it is a lawyer that we all love, and when we are old, we will want more and more of it to the extent of being really grumpy and cranky if we don't get our Ace Attorney.
Ah, I see. I see.
I apologize for everybody who's now making the comparison because you won't be able to stop. Now you'll forever see him as Ace Matlock.
I'm okay with this.
When you started, it was just you. How soon before other people were brought on?
Um, the very first person that I started interacting with was Zeus Assassin, who contacted me in August, I believe.
Okay.
He saw some of the YouTube videos that I'd been putting up.
Mhm.
Um, and he had, I believe, some ideas for case ideas or some
Okay.
gameplay ideas.
Sure.
Actually, the gameplay ideas might have come after we started talking, but basically, he had ideas.
Mhm.
So we started talking, and basically, we played off of each other really, really well, in the sense that um, up until the point where I talked to him, I sort of had vague ideas for things that I wanted to do in cases, but
Right.
I had no real way of fleshing them out.
Sure.
Whereas
Sure.
when I started talking with him, um, we were really able to sort of bounce ideas off of each other,
Mhm.
and it made it a lot easier to really flesh out ideas into a much more fuller case.
Sure.
Um, and I remember after we had finally worked out all the kinks for my idea for the first case, that was really a magical moment, because at that point I realized, wow, this actually is going to work for a real full game. Um, and then in November, I got another communication from who is now our technical designer, Don Mew,
Hmm.
who basically asked some questions about file format, storage, and stuff like that.
Right.
She was interested in porting the game to Java in for Mac and Linux users, since
Okay.
at the time the
Hmm.
game was programmed in XNA, which was Windows only. And basically, through talking with her, I got a very good sense of the fact that I had no idea what I was doing on the technical side. Like I was completely clueless.
The beginning of wisdom is realizing how much of a fool you are.
Yes,
That's.
yes, that is exactly the experience that I had.
Mhm.
So yeah, so she helped a lot in terms of making things a lot more sensible in terms of how like the case files were being stored, in terms of what audio visual frameworks we were using and stuff like that.
Right.
So it was basically those three continued up until we finished the main game engine, which occurred in December.
Hmm.
And once that was finally there, then we were finally ready to actually start development on the actual the first case itself.
Right.
So in December, we finally got our recruitment underway, and we had a whole bunch of positions that we had slated that we wanted to fill. There were four art positions. There was a composer, and then there were a whole bunch of voice actor positions.
Right. Right.
And at this point, this was kind of like this was one of the situations where the project definitely could have died. Yeah, right before we were about to send out the recruitment, I had no idea how many people cared about this game. I had no idea how much interest this game actually had. So I was
Hmm.
figuring, I was kind of prepping myself up for the possibility that we were not going to get any response, and if we
Hmm.
got no response, there would have been no way that we could have done the game.
Sure.
And I believe when recruitment was all said and done, we had 90 applicants
Wow.
for the various positions, which
That's,
kind of surprised me.
yeah.
And
And I would
and
assume that you mean like 90 serious applicants as opposed to the, oh, I want to help. What can you
Uh,
do? I don't
well,
know.
that's the full number. There
Oh,
were a
okay.
few people like that, but there was a lot of serious applicants. Many of the positions were a quite a difficult
Right.
uh, um, choice to make.
Mhm.
Um,
Did you have one
and
position there, dude, to pay us money because we'd like to get paid for making this?
no,
You
no.
should have put that in there. Just, I mean, chances are no, no, but if somebody had taken it, hey, I have money and I wish to donate it. Oh, yes, come in, come in.
Well, we actually purposefully don't accept donations
Good.
primarily because we kind of don't need donations.
Right.
Also because we figured, if we don't make any money from this, it's less chance that Hasbro will care. um,
That's a good point. Yeah.
but anyway, so with recruitment, so we had a whole bunch of good applicants, and to our great surprise, having not known what to expect at the start, we had very talented people wanting to do basically all the things that we needed.
Great.
So that was a wonderful hurdle to have cleared,
Hmm.
and now we have. Um, there were two other positions that no, sorry, three other positions, maybe four. I'm kind of having a trouble
Between two
counting,
and
but
five.
there were a number of positions we filled since then, and I believe in total we have, I want to say, 18, 19 people. I I feel kind of bad that I don't know the number right off the top of my head,
If
but
I can mention it just right now, you are incredibly organized when it comes to dates and remembering them because you have your months down, and meantime, I'm like, oh yeah, I did that in while ago.
yeah, well, the June one I know for certain because, sorry, June, not June.
Mhm.
You just told me I'm organized and can remember months, and I completely mess up that month. But anyways,
Sorry,
July,
sorry.
the July one I know for a fact because I had the week off work because it was my birthday that week,
Ah, there you go.
and so that's kind of
So you have a time anchor to remember it.
yeah,
Got it.
I have a very firm anchor that I know that this got started right around my birthday, and
Got it.
from there I kind of just do. I have sort of a relative memory since then.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So about 18, possibly up to 20, possibly as low as 15 people working on the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
a number of very talented people, and I'm really sorry if any of them are listening that I can't remember exactly how many there are.
Enough to make a baseball team with extras.
Yeah,
There we
exactly.
go. Impressive. When is, and I know it's on the FAQs,
Mhm.
is there an estimated final release?
We at present we are hoping to have it done sometime in August.
Okay.
However, we got burned pretty bad last time we set a exact date.
Right.
So we're kind of not wanting to commit to an exact date.
I can understand
Like
this. Sure, sure.
our very first demo that we released, which was way back in May of 2012, I believe.
Okay.
We a week before we released a video that got put on Equestria Daily that said demo coming May 5th, and the demo wasn't ready yet, but we
Uh-oh.
figured, oh well, we can get it done in that time, and technical difficulties started happening, and
Mhm.
I literally had to stay up for 39 hours straight to
Woo!
get to get the final demo ready, with about 1 hour to spare on May 5th.
Wow.
So
Okay.
so so that's basically something that I'd kind of like to avoid.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is obviously a selfish aspect to it that I don't want to have. I don't want to go that long without
You
sleep.
need sleep,
Yeah,
man, dude.
but there is also the aspect of it that if we are in a position like that, with a demo, it's okay for there to be technical issues because everybody knows that this is not the final product. With
Right.
with the actual release, you want it to be really polished and
Sure.
solid, because
Sure.
if it's not, then you're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's true. I
the
mean, I'm sure, no offense to you or anybody working on it, I'm sure there will be bugs just because
oh
there are
yeah.
always.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if there are bugs, I mean, those can be fixed. But y- I kind of want to get away from the mentality of, oh well, we can patch it, so herp derp whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, you want it to be as good as possible while still understanding there will be errors and
yeah,
just
yeah. Basically, at the point that we're at, we are very close to having the content be done in terms of having everything implemented, and then once that's done, then we're going to have some as rigorous playtesting as possible, where we'll
right.
get in people who haven't played the game, and we'll give it to them, and have them basically tell them, hey, go out there and break this.
And I'm
Uh,
very, very sure that you're going to get, if not already, a lot of people volunteering for that.
yeah, well, I mean, basically, I imagine it would be easy to get people volunteering for it. Basically, there are two problems that we need to be very careful not to fall prey to. One is you don't want to get people who just want to play the game,
Right.
because if you're going to give it to playtesters, you really want to make sure that they're going to give valuable feedback. And
Okay.
because I mean, it's nice to hear OMG, this game is amazing, but it doesn't really help us in terms of making it better.
Sure.
And I mean, the other thing is,
I hear that I don't know, complaint, but that issue a lot of artists really appreciate when people say, oh, this is such a great work on DeviantArt, but
yeah,
at the same time a lot of them are like, thanks, what's wrong with it? I need critiques here.
yeah,
We're trying to
exactly.
improve. Don't just tell me it's great. Tell me what's wrong with it, please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's number one. We want to get people who will give constructive feedback. Of
Sure.
course, there have been also people who just play the game, and they come to our forums and are just like, this sucks, and
Right.
they point to like, not the whole game in particular, but there are people who say things like, I hate Pinkie Pie, and I'm just like, okay, cool, but we're not going to remove Pinkie Pie because you
Yeah.
didn't like her. So give us something we can work with here.
Who the heck
um,
plays a My Little Pony game and specifically hates Pinkie Pie? What the?
I don't know, but I mean, some
I
people,
have no. I mean, I'm not doubting you at all. I just.
yeah, yeah, I know. But some people
It's like a
find her
person who
annoying, I
down.
guess.
It's like a person who chooses to play a role-playing game and then says, "Why aren't they passing the football?"
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so basically, yeah. So number one, good feedback. Number two, given that we want things to look good, and for things to be nice and polished, we kind of want to avoid the thing that happened with Fighting is Magic, where it
Yes, this
kind
is
of
true.
got leaked. Basically, we don't want to give it to a broad enough group of people that we give it to people who are not really quite sure we can trust.
Right, right, right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so basically, yeah, we need people who can give good feedback, and we need people who we can trust. So yeah, we'll figure something out in terms of finding people like that.
right, right. I don't know if it's feasibly possible. I really don't, but I know that as a teacher, if I'm giving a test where I'm fairly sure that at least one of the students will cheat,
Yep.
I give out different versions of the test.
Oh,
And they're
yes.
mostly the same, just one or two little things are different. And I know who has which one because I put a little, almost invisible marking on the page.
Yep.
But I don't know if it'd be possible to, like, as you give out the demo, give, like, one line of code references who this
Yeah.
is going to. And then
Yeah.
if it gets leaked, you just check and say, dude.
Well, I mean, obviously, we will be doing stuff along those lines. I don't want to say too much because you
I
obviously don't
understand.
you don't you don't want people to know what to look for. But
Right.
we have definitely thought about this, and we do have things in mind.
Okay, okay. I still think
Like,
one of the best anti piracy things I've ever seen was the sim game developer approach to it.
oh, what was that?
Well, the game is that you're creating a game or a game system or a game company.
Oh, yeah, the one where people pirate your
Yeah,
game.
and
Oh, yeah, that was
if you
amazing.
had pirated the game, then in the game you couldn't make any money because everybody was pirating your game.
That was amazing.
Wow,
Cannot
how well
express.
done was that?
Yeah, I cannot express how creative a solution that was. That
Oh,
is
that was beautiful. Just yeah, well done. I realize, probably not going to be your thing, but it might be funny if you had a pirated version where
well,
it's
I
impossible
mean,
to solve the crime.
yeah, well, I mean, we're not going to charge money for a game, so there's no
No,
real
of
such
course.
thing as a pirated version of our game.
Right,
But
right, but leaked
yeah,
version.
yeah.
Or just make since it's leaked, just make it that you can't solve the crime because there's a leaky faucet in every place you go to. All
Yeah,
these
oh, no.
leaks make it impossible for me to solve it. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually pretty awesome.
uh,
We'll see.
of course. Now, I do hope that when this is released, everybody plans on taking a vacation.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be rushing into things. I imagine we will be. Yeah.
I mean, I of course, I don't think I'm alone when I say that I hope that this isn't the last that we see from the team.
Oh, it will not be.
Oh,
I can guarantee you that.
okay,
We
but at
we
the same
we
time, yeah, take a break.
yeah. Basically, we are well into planning case two, and we'll start in earnest after case one is done. And basically, I believe everyone on the team has said, we've said, do you want to keep going? And pretty much everybody on the team is like, well, heck yeah, we want to keep going. This is
Good,
awesome. So there you go.
good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Case two. All of a sudden, everybody is in a fighting tournament, and we've got to wait a minute. Hold on, no, that that would be recipe for disaster. Though you might get Lauren Faust to work on it then.
Yeah, yeah. I have in the past joked before. It was like, oh, on the one hand, we get cease and desist from Hasbro, and that would be terrible. On the other hand, does that mean we get to work with Lauren Faust? Because that'd be sweet.
uh, I would not be surprised. I'd be horrified and mollified, but I would not be surprised if there was a group that decided to make a parody in the hopes that it would get shut down and that they might work with Lauren Faust.
Uh, yeah, I would not put that past people.
Seriously, if you're doing that, stop. Just that's
Yeah,
a jerk thing to do.
Lauren Faust kind of has enough on her plate. She's probably
Yeah.
not going to do it twice.
Well, even if she does, that's a very underhanded way of going about getting her
Yeah,
attention. But
yeah.
have in the development of this game, have there been any times when in the early stages where you thought of using a different style as opposed to Ace Attorney? I mean, I know you mentioned that you wanted to do musical for the music of the Final Fantasy VI, but was there ever a point where you thought, I'm going to make this like Frogger or?
um, nope, can't say that's ever come up.
Oh, okay.
um, it well, I mean, basically, the whole reason why I started, I didn't start with I wanted to do a game. What kind of game do I want to do? I basically started with an Ace Attorney inspired game would be awesome. Let's do that.
Okay.
So that's basically made it so that there hasn't been much of any point where we've been like, this doesn't work. This isn't working out. Let's make a completely different game.
Sure.
I mean, maybe if after all of us are completely tired and working on Milo investigations, we can start talking about that. But that's a whiles off.
Of course. I'm just imagining a Professor Layton clone.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
That would be awesome. I'm just saying.
Well, like I said, once we're all done and we're completely bored working Milo investigations, then who knows? I mean, we the in having worked on this for as long as we have, I don't think I'm going out on a limb on saying that we've kind of developed into more of a sort of a community among the developers than
Sure.
just people working on a game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure that even after Milo Investigations is completely done, we're all going to be friends and talking with each other. So I mean,
Good.
who knows? Maybe we'll work on another game together. Who
That would be
knows?
awesome. I'm just imagining now Twilight, or no, Celestia as Layton and Twilight as Luke.
Okay, that is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. Coming up with that many puzzles, that might be, a little harder, but it would be cool. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we could come up with like 120 all pony related puzzles. That might be tricky.
Yeah. I think you could do it. I think it can be done, definitely. But might have to branch out to a lot of different people for that one.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, a question that I ask in all of my interviews.
Uh-huh.
What would you say in all of My Little Pony? What is the one line or one scene that defines you as a brony?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow, that's hard.
Yay.
Um
Rather proud of this question.
that defines me as a brony.
Yeah.
Um well, there's one scene that immediately comes to mind, and
That's probably the answer then. Yeah.
failing any better, I'm probably just going to go with that one.
Okay.
So bit of background before I
Sure.
describe the scene. So after season one was done, I was pretty much in the tank for Fluttershy. I thought Fluttershy is best pony, and I still feel Fluttershy is an awesome pony. But
Okay.
after season two, Twilight Sparkle is now my personal best pony.
Okay.
And the reason for that, oddly enough, was Twilight's role in the episode Sweet and Elite.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and the reason why I really loved Twilight after this was, throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole episode, at any point in time, if Twilight had, distrusted Rarity or had thought something was up, the entire jig would be up. But I thought it was extremely charming how Twilight was just so utterly, trusting and devoted to her friend, and I really came to like Twilight after that, and I really think that level of friendship and trust and stuff like that is something that is really important to me too.
Sure.
So
Sure.
yeah, I would have to say Twilight's scenes in Sweet and Elite would probably be my answer to that question.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I can see that. Sure. Yeah, when she sees the very plain dress and is like, "You designed this for me? That's great. Thank you. It's so
Yeah,
me."
yeah, exactly. Like it was, like it wasn't frilly or amazing, and Twilight didn't care because it was like a present from Twilight or from her friend Rarity, and she loved it. And I thought that was just so cool.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah. Though I do think, frankly, the best line in that whole thing was, "What cookie mallet?"
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a good line.
I had to stop viewing, go back a few seconds, and watch that line just over and over because that was hilarious.
Yeah,
What
that
cookie mallet? Oh, God.
yeah,
I
yeah,
am curious whether or not Tabitha actually put a mallet or something in her mouth when she did that line because it was just
I
so
I
well done.
I have heard many stories of voice actors doing all kinds of crazy things to get truly in character for many things, like
Hmm.
like doing like jumping jacks or running in place or something like that, to get like legitimately tired out before they do a scene where their character is tired out. So
I can see it, sure.
I would absolutely not be surprised if she had like shoved some stick in her mouth or something like that before doing that line.
Yeah. I really think that Hasbro or whoever could make a lot of money by just putting bonus stuff in the DVDs of footage from the voice recording sessions.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would.
I would buy that up. No question.
I know that in the DVD sets, season 1 and season 2, season 1 has a few episodes where there's commentary.
Yep.
Season 2 does not.
Hmm.
There's no commentary.
Yeah, that is kind of sad.
I appreciate the table read and the Comic-Con videos that are in there, but at the same time, like I wanted to hear their opinion on it. That was interesting.
Yeah,
Ah,
the commentary definitely was a very interesting part of that, because it was also just cool hearing them interacting in a more relaxed setting, as opposed to working on an episode. I thought that
yeah.
was cool. But
Uh,
yeah, I'm definitely in favor of more commentary.
but at the same time, I suppose more everything is kind of what we want. So
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine that no matter what they put in it, some brony somewhere would be like, "Ah, you didn't put this in. I hate you."
I think that's where it kind of crosses the line. Saying you want more of something, sure, fine. Complaining because there's not more of it, dude, just come on. They're working hard. They're working
Yep.
hard as best they can.
Yeah, exactly. There's a certain point where I have to wonder about some certain bronies where it's kind of like you just have to ask the question, like, did you watch this show? Like I remember reading with great disappointment that like some bronies had sent like death threats to
Yeah,
DHX after Equestria Girls, and I'm just like, really, really. Like
yeah.
I don't understand how you can go from watching a show about cartoon ponies who learn about friendship to sending death threats to their creator because you just didn't like what they give you.
Yeah, that's taking things a lot too far. It just
Yeah.
leagues beyond rational.
Yeah.
I don't know. I admit I really like it when we get a little bit of fan service in the episodes. Like, I know that's referencing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I've seen many episodes where you have like little hints here and there that like Lyra and Bonbon are a couple. I love those moments. Those are really cool.
Or Fluttershy hiding as a tree. Oh my God, she's a tree! I like it over here.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that I like about DHX is that they really seem to know how to give fan shoutouts without doing like outright fan pandering. Like it never feels like they're going out of their way to shift major important things for fans. But on the other hand, they're clearly showing fans, hey, we know you exist and we like you guys.
Yes, we can hope it stays that way.
Yeah, exactly. I have faith in DHX.
As do I. Yeah. Yeah. We need. I mean, end of last season we had I believe in MA Larson buttons. I suppose we need to make some I believe in DHX buttons or
Yeah, exactly. Because really, there have been so many things along the My Little Pony show where fans have been up in arms about this finally is going to be the time when the
mm,
show is going to start to be bad, and it never is. Like the royal wedding was great. The all musical princess Twilight Sparkle episode was very well done.
mhm.
Equestria Girls was a very fun movie. Isn't it about time that we just start giving DHX little space and let them do their thing?
Pigeons can usually recognize a pattern within 2 or 3 tries, so it's
Yeah,
very impressive to me that a lot of people cannot.
yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Uh, this is true. Yet, at the same time, I see lots of products available and I shake my head. They have just started up a spicy grape soda in Japan and they're wondering why it's not selling. Like, because you put spice inside of a grape soda. What's
Yeah,
wrong with you?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're yeah. As much as I have faith in DHX, I can't really say the same for Hasbro's toy division, who are basically the masters of just not quite getting it.
Uh,
Like it. I mean, it'd be one thing to. I mean, I can appreciate the fact that they're just doing a job. You know, they don't have to know the show. But I saw an item on the shelf in a Toys R Us that was a Princess Cadence doll, and on the bottom bar there was a picture of Pinkie Pie next to the words Princess Cadence, and I'm just like, this is impressively bad. Like, come on.
Frankly, for me, two things would completely rectify any Hasbro doubt that I have. The first, making a shining armor doll that is as equally well done as the talking Princess Cadence doll. I mean, she's getting married. She's really excited about being married. She has a wedding dress, and there is nothing she can marry. It's just the
Yeah,
bride.
that is a good point. Yeah,
I have no problem at all with her being bride, even fancy and excited about the wedding, singing wedding songs when you push the button. Fine, that's, okay. But what is she marrying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do have to give them credit that there is a shining armor blind bag. I do have to give them credit on that.
Granted, yes,
But
yes.
but yes, I absolutely hear what you're saying. The larger things do tend to be much more, girl focused. I mean, I understand that the game, not the game, the cartoon was made as a show for little girls. I
Sure.
completely understand that. But I mean, I think you kind of have to go back to what Lauren Faust said, and just plead with them. Hasbro, give girls a little credit here.
Yeah.
You don't have to make everything pink or for girls to like it. You
Yeah.
don't have to make everything really really girly. You can release a male plush and girls probably will still like it. I
It's in
mean,
the
even
show.
even
They're going to
even
like it. I guarantee.
I mean,
If you put out a Discord plush or Discord
yeah,
little brushable, oh my
yeah,
goodness, do you know how well that would sell?
yeah.
Just
I
a
mean, I mean,
long beard that you can brush. I want this now. Holy,
yeah,
I want a Discord brushable.
a brushable Discord would be awesome. But I mean, even Mattel, who makes Barbie, puts out a love interest for Barbie. There's a Ken doll.
True.
Why is there not a shining armor to go with Princess Cadence? It just makes no sense.
Or a Big Mac. Give us a brushable Big Mac.
Yeah.
But the second thing, and I'm sorry, but until they do this, I'm still going to be sighing. Give Applejack a brown hat.
Yes. Yes.
Please.
Yeah, I guess there's somebody talking into the ear of someone in marketing saying girls don't like cowboy hats, but I mean, come on, you okayed it for the show.
There are some, I know at least one of the toys has a aqua blue cowboy hat. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Duh, you-
Yeah, it's kind of like you were so close.
yeah.
We're so close. Why couldn't it just be brown?
I still tweet at them
Yeah,
often. I want Stetson to make an
yeah,
Applejack hat.
yeah,
And I
exactly.
don't think they take me seriously, but no, I'm very serious. Stetson, if you make an Applejack hat, I will purchase this. It will be
Yeah.
my only cowboy hat ever, but I will wear it and love it.
Yep.
But well, I know that you were at Everfree Northwest. Are there
Yep.
any other conventions that you'll be attending this year or this season?
Um, probably not. The primary reason why I attended Everfree Northwest was because it is literally about a 20-minute drive away from where I live.
Nice, very convenient.
So basically, I had very little excuse not to attend it.
Very true.
Um,
I see.
but I mean, I mean, if I personally cannot justify traveling all the way across the country just for a weekend to visit a pony convention. I'm perfectly understandable and do not judge anyone who does that. I just personally can't really work that up.
I'm curious to what you think of me traveling internationally across the
Oh,
Pacific
like
Ocean for a
like
weekend.
like I said, I absolutely do not judge for 1 second. And if that makes someone happy, by all means, go do that. I just
Okay.
personally, it would probably not make up for like the $800 ish.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Higher. Much higher. Much.
Well, no, I mean, for me, if I was visiting
Oh,
like
for
Brony,
you it costs that
yeah,
much. Okay, yes,
yeah,
I understand this. Okay, yeah.
I have traveled to Hawaii, and I know that Japan is like that again. So I
Yep.
can only guess what the price of airfare from Japan is.
Well, for me, there was an added stress in that the credit card that I used to get the hotel room, it's a Japanese credit card debit card, so it takes money directly out of my account.
Okay.
That's fine, no problem whatsoever, and I can budget as much as I want. But my account is in Japanese yen, and the hotel is American dollars.
Oh yeah.
When I was at the convention, if either economy had taken a sharp turn, I wouldn't have had enough in my account to cover it. I accounted for, a good 5-10% shift, but if something major had happened,
Yeah.
I would have been stranded there. I would have been like, I can't pay. I've got
Yeah.
most of it, but it's in there and I can't get it out until the economy does better. Can I wait?
Yeah.
That
That's
was
not so
stressful.
good.
That was very stressful for me, I fully admit.
Yep. Well. I mean, I guess all's well that ends well.
True. Yes. Yes. It was within $20, but yes, it was.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, the economy did take a sharp turn when I was there, but not sharp. My budgeting did cover it barely.
All right. Well, you were a very smart man.
I was lucky, lucky, lucky man. Yep. uh, well, everybody, we have been talking with GabuEx, sorry,
GabuEx.
GabuEx. Damn it! I
Don't
even put
worry.
pronunciation up there.
Don't worry. I forgive you.
All right, GabuEx. Everybody, look for My Little Investigator coming out sometime soon, possibly August, but we don't know. And we're not going to
Hmm.
say a specific date because we want this guy to get sleep at some point in his life.
Well, I appreciate that.
Check out equestriandreamers.com and you'll get all of the up-to-date information. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Everybody, this has been Osaka Jack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. We'll catch you next time.